I think everything that happened in this movie was so unexpected. Let's do it. Barbarian is about this girl named Tess, and she shows up to this Airbnb in Detroit because she's there for a job interview. But when she shows up to the Airbnb, she finds that there's already somebody staying there, and it's this guy Keith. So after looking at each other's reservations, they see that they've both been double booked. Now, it's raining outside, and Tess tries to call around, but she can't get a reservation anywhere else, so she has no choice but to stay here with this guy. So she and Keith start talking and actually kind of hit it off. He's a really nice guy, and he offers that he's going to take the couch so she can sleep in the bedroom. So that night she goes to bed, but she wakes up and sees that her door is cracked open, but she sees that Keith is asleep, and when she asks him if he went in her room, he says no. So she ends up going back to sleep, locking her door this time, and the next morning she goes to her job interview. She had gotten here at night, so when she leaves in the morning, she finds that the neighborhood is not great. It's falling apart. And when she gets back, she is chased into the house by this homeless man who starts running after her, screaming at her to leave. She goes inside and calls the cops, who are like, yeah, we don't have anybody to come, so good luck. And in a panic, she accidentally locks herself in the basement. Now, as she's down there, she comes across this hidden door, and when she goes in, she finds this tunnel that leads her to this dirty-ass bedroom with this dirty-ass bed and a camera. She sees a bloody handprint in there, too, so obviously she's freaked the fuck out. Eventually, Keith comes back and lets her out of the basement, and she's frantic, telling him we need to get out of here, but of course he doesn't fucking listen. And instead, he goes into the basement to investigate. So Tess waits for him when suddenly she hears Keith screaming for help. So she hesitates, but ultimately she goes to follow his screaming. And at this point, you don't know if he's trying to lure her in or if there's something else going on. She finds him down there completely in distress, saying there's somebody else down here, we need to go. And then suddenly he is attacked and killed by this fucking thing. And then we cut and we meet a new character who is AJ, who is an actor and also a total piece of shit. He's currently being sued for SAing a woman, and he's gonna need some money. And it turns out he's the person who owns the house in Detroit that Keith and Tess were staying at. So AJ decides he has to sell his property, so he goes to Detroit to inspect the house before doing so. So he gets to the house where he finds Tess and Keith's stuff, and he also finds the hidden tunnel in the basement. And this dumbass is like, oh, I can put this on here as more square footage, and starts to measure it. But of course, he is attacked by the creature, who we refer to as the Mother, by the way, and he's thrown into this hole. And down in that hole, he finds Tess, who is like, you just have to do what she wants. Mother feeds them out of this dirty ass bottle. It's foul. We then get a flashback to 1981 where we meet Frank, who previously owned the house. And we meet him as he's shopping for supplies needed for a home birth. We then see him stalking a woman getting ready to abduct her. Back in the present, the mother drags AJ out of the hole and breastfeeds him. As she's distracted with AJ, Tess manages to escape out of a window. She calls the cops, who literally just think she's crazy, and they don't do shit. They fucking leave. But she ends up running into that homeless man who she thought was attacking her earlier, and he was just trying to help her. His name is Andre, and he tells Tess we have until nightfall. She only comes out at night. Now back in the tunnel, the mother is distracted because she knows that Tess escaped. So AJ explores the tunnels where he finds Frank, who is now very old and bedridden. AJ finds these videos of Frank SAing women. We don't see it, but we can hear a bit of it. And Frank ends up shooting himself and he dies. Bye, you fucking weird bitch. So Tess isn't gonna get any help from the police, but she can't leave AJ. She feels she needs to help him. So she goes back to the house, but when the mother tries to come out and get her, Tess runs her over with her car. So Tess goes back down to the tunnels to get AJ, but he accidentally shoots her with Frank's gun. So he carries Tess outside. She's still alive, but they find that the mother's body is gone. They find Andre, who explains that the mother is the result of Frank SAing women and just multiple generations of incest. But as he's explaining this and saying, oh no, she's never come here, she bursts in and kills Andre. The mother then proceeds to chase AJ and Tess up this water tower. She corners them and AJ looks at her and is like, sorry, you need to be the distraction so I can live. And he throws Tess off the water tower. And sure enough, that works because the mother jumps to follow Tess and shield her fall so she doesn't die. Because Tess is her baby. The mother is seemingly dead and AJ runs to Tess, who is still alive, and is like, sorry, had to do it. And he tries to justify the fact that he just tried to kill her. Kind of like how he tried to justify SAing a woman to his friend earlier. But the mother wakes up and kills AJ by gouging his eyes out. deserved. The mother then proceeds to comfort Tess, who has found the gun that AJ dropped that he got from Frank. And Tess hesitates, like she almost feels bad, but ultimately she takes the gun and she shoots the mother in the head and she dies, and the movie ends.